Hey guys, what's up? Wanted to come on here give you my, I guess you can say my stomping grounds preview. Um, just in case you guys don't know, Stomping Grounds originally was supposed to be just a live house show for WWE, and then the decision was to turn it into a pay-per-view due to the fact that I think they canceled Backlash or something. I'm not really sure. Or they moved some stuff around. So they needed to fill the void for June's pay-per-view quota, and they decided to take the Tacoma, Washington house show and turn it into a pay-per-view. This explains why basically a lot of tickets are not selling. So, in case anybody's wondering why tickets aren't selling, there's the reason. But let's take a look at some of the matches, just for curiosity's sake. Um, the first match, the Cruiserweight three-way, Tony Nese defending against Drew Gulak and Akira Tozawa. You got two guys that have not held the belt yet. One guy that's held it since WrestleMania. So the question is, will they keep it on Tony Nese? That's a good question. You're trying to build Drew Gulak up as this killer, and you're heading to Tokyo next week. So WWE is kind of in a bind. Do they keep it on Nese? Do they give it to Gulak? Or because they're heading to Japan next week, do they put it on Akira Tozawa? I would say that they put it on Akira. I'd say my booking, I'd put it on Akira Tozawa. Yes, let him wear it and defend it successfully in Japan, and then maybe have him drop it on 205 Live when you get back into the States. I know it's kind of a dumb move, but knowing WWE and how they want to promote goodwill and all that, to me that's probably the best idea to go with. So if I was to make a prediction, I would say Akira Tozawa walks out with the championship just in time for the trip to Japan. Next up, we have Samoa Joe against Ricochet. This is a good match, first timer, if you will. But the question is, do they put the belt on Ricochet? Honestly, it's up in the air. I'd say you just got the belt back to Samoa Joe. I'd say let's keep it on Joe for a while. And if you're gonna put it on Ricochet, I say put it on him at SummerSlam. I say let this build for another month or two and put the belt on Ricochet at SummerSlam if you want to do that. Maybe even if you want to do it sooner, do it at Extreme Rules. But don't do it at Stomping Grounds. Because, well, I'll tell you why in a moment. But yeah, I'd say keep it on Samoa Joe. The next match is a regular tag team match. New Day against Owens and Zayn. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Big E and Xavier Woods. I'd say that the reason they're pairing up Zayn and Owens now again is because they're trying to build a tag team division. They're trying to kind of breathe life into it. So as much as this may pain me to say, I have to go with Owens and Zayn to get the win. This way you establish them as a team again, and pretty much you put them in the running for a potential shot at the Raw or the SmackDown tag team titles. Because honestly, I think the tag titles are probably the only exception to this wild card rule, because it gives at least an excuse for one person from one brand to show up on another, especially if they have the tag team titles. So I'd say go with Zayn and Owens on this. Speaking of the tag team championships, I say we have Daniel Bryan and Rowan Eric Rowan, that is, against Travis Knight and Otis, Heavy Machinery. I, I can't say if they'd want to do a title change, especially in Tacoma, where they know Daniel Bryan, despite being a heel, is going to get cheered like nobody's business. So I say smart decision is to keep it on Rowan and Bryan. And if you're going to put the belt on Heavy Machinery, which looks like they want to do, kind of be their answer to making up for not putting it on a team like Cass and Enzo. Almost said the wrong name there, but Cass and Enzo when they were in the company. I would say Heavy Machinery would probably get the belt, but I'm going to predict more like SummerSlam. And I would say that Bryan and Rowan retain here. Then we have Lacey Evans against Becky Lynch. This is a good kind of match that makes you wonder. They've let Becky retain once, will they let her do it again? And I can't really say. I mean, it would be nice for Becky to retain and keep the momentum over Lacey, basically proving that Lacey is all talk, no show. I mean, she does have ability, but not much. But I don't really know, honestly. I would say give the belt to Lacey and let Becky regain it at SummerSlam because it makes sense. You can, from a storyline perspective, make Lacey find different ways of not defending the belt, wanting to avoid Becky. So, there's that. So, this is one of those matches that's a toss-up, but I'm a betting man, I go with Becky. The same goes with the SmackDown Women's title match between Alexa and Bayley. Everybody is talking about, believe it or not, there are people talking about the little work shoot promo they had on A Moment of Bliss on SmackDown. And it's probably one of the only reasons people will watch this matchup to see exactly what WWE is going to do, what direction they will go in. I mean, Alex, the Lexman, who, as we speak right now, it's currently 7:17 Pacific time, 7:17 p.m. Pacific time, which is 9:17 his time, and he's currently enjoying and maybe finishing up hashtag NXT Houston, a live house show there. I think it's at the Rivington, is what it is. Kind of like part bar, I think. Anyway, Alex basically said that he will lose his you-know-what if WWE puts the belt on Alexa, who's currently a Raw Women's Superstar, with Nikki as her valet or as her corner woman. And I agree, it would get people to flip out because it's basically like you are just saying, hey, we don't care about the brand split anymore. And and here's the thing, what's the excuse going to be? Well, the wild card, what's the excuse going to be? Well, this just shows you the unpredictability of the wild card rule. Someone from Raw can become a champion, can win a championship, that's on SmackDown. Is that what the excuse is going to be? That the reason Alexa wins is because it shows the unpredictability of the wild card rule? No. It just shows you that certain people or certain VKM people prefer blondes over other colored-haired women. Especially blondes that give them certain pleasures, as some people would accuse them of. So, the only reason they would give the belt to Alexa is to give the excuse of, see, unpredictability of the wildcard rule. I don't know. But I'm going to go with Bayley, and I think the reason we got to go with Bayley is not because of the fact that both are on different brands. It's also the fact that you got this thing going on with Nikki, and I think Nikki is accidentally, in story, going to cost Alexa the match. And that's going to start the domino effect, or start this wheel spinning, start the build maybe, just slowly, towards Nikki versus Alexa in the future. So that's why I think you got to go with Bayley on this one. Then you got Roman Reigns against Drew McIntyre. Roman won at Mania. Drew won the rematch on Raw. I say here we're going to probably get a double disqualification. My prediction. Or maybe a double count or something. But we're going to get something that basically, hold on. Gotta get up for a second. I gotta do something there. My computer screen just decided to go into rest mode. I don't want to take a chance that it might decide to do loading or updating or whatever it does to slow them down. But anyway, like I said, the only thing I can think of that can make them both look strong is a double disqualification or countout. Then again, you have the wild card of Shane McMahon coming in and basically trying to change the rules on the fly. So who knows? But my prediction is a double disqualification countout, unless of course, they go with the whole Shane McMahon coming out and saying, no, wait, forgot to mention it's no disqualification. Oh, forgot to mention it's no countout. So unless they do that, I'm going to go with double disqualification. It's going to be a no contest kind of deal between the two. I really do. And I think The Miz might get involved to kind of even the odds against Shane. So maybe not. I don't know. And then we get the two championship matches, the two main title matches. We got Kofi against Dolph in a steel cage. I think Kofi's going to retain. If they give the belt to Dolph, then there's going to be a reasoning for it. Maybe there's a turn. We don't know. But I think Kofi's going to retain. Again, if they give it to Dolph, then I think Kofi regains it at Extreme Rules, maybe SummerSlam. That'd be the only reason. But I'm going to go on a limb and I'm going to say it's going to be Kofi that wins. And here's the thing, the match is going to be good. I mean, Kofi compared this rivalry between him and Dolph to Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels. How they started off feuding for a mid-card title in the likes of the Intercontinental and the U.S. and now all of a sudden they're competing for the main prize. So that's, I guess, a decent comparison, but probably not on the same level. There's no way that could ever be on the same level of Hart and Michaels. Never. But this cage match is going to be good. There's no doubt. It's got two good workers in it. Two good workers that can take advantage of the cage itself to get a momentum. And I would say in the end, I think Kofi is going to retain in what's going to be a great match. It might be a show stealer. It, along with the Ricochet and Joe match, will be probably the show stealers. And then we got Baron Corbin challenging Seth Rollins for the Universal Championship, with Baron Corbin deciding who's going to be the special guest referee. And a lot of people are already predicting that Baron's going to win because of this. It's pretty much the end for Seth. I don't think it's going to be. I think whoever gets chosen to be the referee is going to get basically taken out early. Whether it's a Shane McMahon, whether it's whoever. It's supposed to be a surprise, I guess, but I guarantee you whoever he chooses, it's not going to work in his favor. Some are saying it could be Brock Lesnar, and the only reason Brock would do it is to, insert himself into the match and say, oh, by the way, I'm not the referee, or have Heyman come out and say, oh, by the way, Brock's not here to be the referee, though. He only agreed to that so he can cash in right now against you two. And there you go. That could be the only reason. But I don't think Baron Corbin's going to walk out with the title. I don't know if they're going to have Lesnar cash in successfully, especially with Fox, especially with the fact that Fox's deal with SmackDown's just around the corner, and really, do they want to see, even if he's on Raw, the Universal Champion without the championship? Even though they know he's on Raw, do they really want to see Seth Rollins be without the championship? I'm just saying, or do they want to have Brock as the champ not be there all the time when they would expect someone like him to do so? I don't know. But yeah, either way you look at it, Rollins is going to beat Corbin, no matter who the referee is. Something's going to happen, and Corbin's going to lose. Will Brock cash in? That's the biggest question. But if he does, then Rollins wins. But then he doesn't. He retains, and then he loses. Who knows? Or maybe Rollins will pull another, genie out of his hat and avoid Brock and try to maybe challenge Brock to cash in like a man. Who knows? But I don't think Baron Corbin's going to walk out with the title. That's all. That's basically the best prediction I can give there. What happens afterwards? We'll have to wait. I guess if you're invested in the show, you have to wait and see. But here's the thing about Stomping Grounds. Even though I gave my predictions and Alex, the Lexman, has given his, and others, like OKayFabe, hey, like OKayFabe, Abe, or OKayFabe, Abe, and others have given, and Brian Zane of Wrestling with Bread, and others have given their thoughts. Here's the reason why a lot of people look at this as being the easiest predictions, the easiest prediction show, easiest WWE pay-per-view network special that they can make predictions for, and probably be right about most of them. Because originally, like I said earlier, this was supposed to be a house show. Yeah. This was supposed to be a house show originally, not a pay-per-view. Then something happened, and WWE had to rearrange stuff, and they had to do something for the June pay-per-view quota, and decided, you know what? Let's take this house show in Tacoma, make it into a pay-per-view, and there you go. And essentially that's what happened. That's exactly what happened. So, but that's all I'm going to say, guys. Let me know what you all think about Stomping Grounds. Are you going to tune into it? What are your thoughts of WWE turning this live event into a pay-per-view? But what are your thoughts? Let me know down below, and I'll talk to y'all later.